Hey, my Grave Tribe. So I thought I'd go live for a little bit. I probably need to mute the TV here. Oh, I don't have my microphone plugged in. Well, no microphone today. Uh, I know the headset's got a. So. Okay, so sound's coming through. If you can't hear me, just let me know. Hey, Jay, what's up? I'm actually working on a couple projects today, so I thought I'd just work on them live so I can work on them. Spider's coming along pretty good. Hey, Hannah the Shovel, what's happening? So I'm just working on some assets for the game. Nothing spectacular today. So what you all up to? I need to put the front still on in the Spider. Yeah, it's kind of a quiet day. I really was trying to get motivated to work on the game today, so I'm doing good, Jay. How about you? Just chilling. I've been working so much that it's been hard to get motivated just to work on the game today, but I'm finally here. So I don't know how well this will play while I'm doing all this, but we shall see. Gotta get the front of the Spider attached, and then I'm gonna take it over to Unreal, entire sample up late, so I can have some. Yeah, I hear you. I haven't had much time to relax. And I kind of chilled out today, so. Yeah, let's move it over here. Gotta drop it down. Just so it's about time I start learning Unreal Engine. I have not learned anything in it yet, hardly at all. I've been watching a few videos, but really not been learning too much. But I'm almost done with the Spider build, so I'm gonna try to go ahead and export it to Unreal Engine, and then do the sorry, lost the thought here. Do a couple things going on here. No, I want to put over an Unreal Engine and then texture it there, and then do the skeleton in the animation, and that should give me a good understanding of the. I think that's too big. Let's bring that down some. Yeah, I think that's a little better. I'm going to be using this channel for YouTube now. Okay, that's fine. It still says J, so. Let's bring that out. And then E. Size it down a little bit. E. Size it down a little bit. Now this will be flexible once I add the rigging to it. Okay, I'm pretty happy with it. Well, it could be longer though. I think it needs to be a bit longer. There we go. Let's make that flexible. I think looks pretty good. So alright. Kind of looks like he's got torpedoes or something. Alright, let's go ahead and save that. Let's export it as an FBX. We'll put it in. Where is Blender? And the right one. File cabinet. Oh, there it is. And then Spider. Alright. Now, I'll probably be watching a lot of YouTubes trying to figure out how to do this because I have not done anything hardly at all. So, let's see. Import. What you doing, kitty? You're walking on my computer. Yeah, you're walking on my computer. Trying to help me, are you? Alright. Let's go. No, that's not right. There we go. And spider. Oh, it's Blender. Spider. Okay, which one do? Okay, this would be. Okay, I need a skeleton mesh. Alright, current game. Thanks. That is Jake. I've got Jake and Jack and Marceline and Stinkerbutt. Those are the forecasts we got. Okay. Now I don't have a mesh in it. So let's just import and see what happens. No smoothing group information was found in FBX. Please make sure to enable export smoothing. Okay. Well, let's try that again. Well, there he is. Now, how do I... Oh, yes. That's about... He's a little bigger than I was intending, but that's fine, because they will come in different sizes. He's a beauty, ain't he? Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, so I think at this point, I really like him. Turned out, I think, really well. Having to learn the controls, because it's a little bit different than Blender. But some of the same principles. Okay. Alright. Well, that is my first creature I have imported into Unreal. That's first big step for me. Now I need to see about texturing and adding, well, probably, yeah, let's look into texturing. So I've got my laptop over here, so I'm going to look up texture. Probably going to have to get some resources, but, oh, can I scale this? That's the question. Does that work? No. Okay. Size map. Okay. Alright, I'm not sure how to scale it, because these ones are going to be about 4 foot. And they will burrow into the ground and then jump out at the player. So, let's go, okay, we're on Google. Let's go texture, object, Unreal Engine. I do like the spider a lot. Someone said it looked flat, but I think he looks good for what he is. I'm excited. Alright, oh, I should have gone to YouTube. It's probably the best place to go for that. So, I've got a gig tomorrow to go finish up. Yeah, thanks, Jay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I've got to texture them. I know nothing. I hardly know nothing about Unreal Engine, so this is going to be a learning process. That's what I'm looking up now on the laptop, is how to texture objects. Because I can do it in Blender. I can do the rigging and the texturing in Blender really pretty easily. But I really want to do it in here because Blender does not always work well with Unreal Engine from everything I've been watching. Now, creating an object and exporting it, that's easy, just as like that. But the rigging and all that can be pretty, from what I've seen, a pain in the butt. So I'm going to try to learn it from here. And if I fail, you know, if I can't get it to do what I want, I may try it in Blender fully and bring it over, but I really need to start learning Unreal Engine, and I think this would be a good opportunity to really learn how to do this. Unreal Engine 4. Now I'm excited for when Unreal Engine 5 comes out next year. So for the most part, I'll be doing the build and not worrying about the sunlight and lighting and all that, because 5 will handle it a lot different. But I can get all the creatures working, all the stuff in it. Okay, let's see. Develop the barrel. Well, let's start with the basics here.
Hello guys, this is Richard and welcome to the first video of how to Blender and Unreal Engine. Today I'm going to show you how to create a barrel that you see in front of you. This is just a print screenshot taken from...
Okay, that's just exporting from Blender. I need to do it purely in... Okay, how to create textures. Okay, let's do that.
All you need to launch a Coldscape brand. Honestly, as long as you have a logo that looks good on literally everything, and a Squarespace online store, you're set.
Sometimes I'm just working away, and I'll get a text from someone, or a message on my Instagram Instant Messenger, or a tweet from someone who just needed to tell me that they watched an episode of Workflow from Home and tried something out that they hadn't tried before, and it helped them solve a problem that they've been...
So you've made a few materials, now you want to do some textures. Hey guys, welcome back to Spy Kai, I'm Kai, and today we are back in Unreal Engine 4 again, taking a look at how to create textures. So
By
we're
the way,
going to get started today. I want to start
enjoy
out
my
on the
evening
diffuse that we made in the previous tutorial. If you did not catch that tutorial, I will put that up in a link at the top of the video right now, and it will also be at the end of the video most likely. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to double click this diffuse texture we have here, the diffuse material we have here. And we're going to go ahead and add
this is a little more advanced
so what I want to do is
I need some more basic stuff. I'm not that smart. Let's see. Basic textures materials. Let's start with that.
I'm going to pull this height map in and connect it to
You must
our
have watched it
occlusion.
start. Okay.
So this is the first video I've covered in Unreal Engine, and I thought just if you were unfamiliar with Unreal Engine, I've only kind of spent like the last, I don't know, 4 to 6 months or something playing with Unreal and Unity and all that kind of stuff. Not really for much reason, other than I really like 3D
Sorry, this
graphics
may be boring for
and,
you guys.
modeling and animation, and I really like writing code, and this is kind of the combination of those two things together, so I've been kind of playing with some of the game engines. But anyway, if it's helpful to anybody, I thought it would be interesting to do a first video here just showing how to get some textures and create some materials inside of Unreal Engine. So I'll do the same for Unity.
So I guess I need to start creating
but for now, I
textures
was
and
inside
that.
of Unreal Engine, and I thought that'd be a cool way to start. So I've actually started a new project here, and in the scene I've just got this third person.
Okay, well, I'm thinking about this. I need to make a folder. Can I make a folder? How do I make? Okay, new folder. This will be bugs. Okay, now if I remember right, set color. Okay, so we know that is the bug folder. Let's drop that right in there. Okay. And I'll make it I gotta keep it straight because there's a lot of assets going into the game.
Scene that they provide for you with our little guy that's already rigged to go, and some basic objects and lights and that sort of thing. So I thought it would be interesting to pull these in, create some materials, put them in this environment, maybe throw some lights in there and just kind of see what we can do. Now, Unreal and Unity both use, as of at least the recent versions of them, if not further back, physically based rendering, PBR, you'll see it for short, and that's just basically using multiple different texture files within one material that are based on like real world physics for light and stuff like that. So creating different maps for either how metallic something is or how specular something is, that sort of thing. So we separate out the color from the different light maps and the normals and all that stuff. It's a little bit different from the
You
older
make Stinky Cat
style of stuff we used to use, where it's just normals and like a color map, and you know, you might have one or two other where you usually baked things like the ambient occlusion right into it. This, we kind of have it all separated out, and this isn't a full example of that. I just have a few textures that I made and pulled inside of here, and you can kind of play with these, and
Okay.
you know, or whatever textures you have that you can find on.
So let's make a texture folder, and we need to make some textures. Let me do a search real quick here. I'm going to search for my favorite one, Google. Spider. Let's just try spider textures. Okay. Well, I probably should define. Well, okay. Okay, showing. Well, let me bring this over here, and we'll just do the search over here. It's a wicked-looking spider. Let's try to find that spider texture PNG. Usually that's what you need. Work I've done. Okay, let me change this over to, let's do another YouTube search. Let's see about creating textures for a spider, because we may need to make this from scratch. Create texture for spiders. See if there's anything there. Spider creation. That's okay. How to make a spiral base. That's how to make spider webs. Okay, create texture for spiders. Okay, that's something I didn't think of. So, you guys got any ideas how to make a texture for a spider? Spiders for Unreal. See, I can do it in. See, I know Blender really well. I could create something using a UV map, but. Let's see here. That's a ready-made spider, but that's not what I want. Is it materials or textures I want? I guess it is materials. Now, let's keep looking here. Okay, so let's watch this one. So this one is getting started new Unreal Engine, custom materials, Unreal with texture images.
What's up, guys? Justin here from TheRenderingEssentials.com, back with another Unreal Engine materials tutorial for you. So last week we talked about how to create our first material and also how to apply materials in Unreal Engine. This week I want to talk about how to create a material that actually has a texture image associated with it. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So we could get very in-depth with this. There's a lot of different things that you can do with materials in Unreal Engine. In this video, I want to talk specifically about adding custom texture images to your actors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back into our starter content. And if you remember, if you don't have the starter content, you can just go to Add New. And you could go to Add Feature or Content Pack, go to Content Packs, and select the option for starter content. You just want to make sure that's all been brought in. Then we're going to go down to the props folder. The props folder contains basically this material preview object that allows you to basically apply materials to it, and you can preview what you can do with materials in Unreal Engine.
So I need to add
in this video, I want
pack.
to talk specifically about adding custom texture images to your actors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back into our starter content. And if you remember, if you don't have the starter content, you can just go to Add New. And you could go to Add Feature or Content Pack, go to Content Packs, and select the option for starter content. You just want to make sure that's all been brought in. Then we're going to go down to the, if you remember, if you don't have the starter content, you can just go to Add New. And you can go to Add Feature or Content Pack.
Okay. So it was down here, Add New. And where did you say?
Specifically about adding custom texture images to your actors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back into our starter content. And if you remember, if you don't have the starter content, you can just go to Add New. And you could go to Add Feature or Content Pack, go to Content Pack.
Okay. Starter content. All right, there we go. That wasn't too hard. Have you spoken with Jax lately? No, there's something going on there I can't really talk about because it's not my place to talk about. But he'll be back over in probably 4 months, I would say. 4 to 5 months. Then he'll be hanging out here again. But right now, let's just say there was a little bit of trouble and he has to stay away for a little bit. So we are adding the starter pack. Okay. Did it add it all? I might close that too soon. Okay. All right. Ooh, this is nice. It's a good starter pack. So, I do want to look. All right, blueprint features, content packs. Nothing there. Alright, let's go to, this may take a second to pull up. Let's see if what they have available. I see him online, but not really, he's not been here. Okay, Marketplace. I'm really loving the Unreal Engine. I've just really been kind of hesitant getting into it because it is a little much. That is nice. I could sculpt that though. The nice thing is they do have a lot of free assets. Like I've got that, and these, and that. There's a lot of nice stuff I've got. I haven't played with yet, but so let's try looking at textures. I love their marketplace. Wonder if I could define that more. Ooh. Creature surfaces. Let's check that out. It might be useful. It doesn't have anything for like spider. Okay. Let's go back. Hi Jake. What you doing? You want some attention? Is that what you want? Let's see. Cloth fabrics. Let's look in the free range. Because I'm saving my money for a new computer. Because I usually buy a new one every 2 years. And it's about time to buy a new one. But I'm going to build it this time. I used to build them all the time, but I got away from that. And I want to get back into that. Because I really want the Intel i9 10-core 22-thread processor. And everything that go along with that. Let's see. Alright, so I may have to create this from scratch, which I could do in GIMP. Okay, but let's go back to the video here and
and select the option for starter content. You just want to make sure that's all been brought in. Then we're going to go down to the props folder. The props folder contains basically this material preview object that allows you to basically apply materials to it, and you can preview what those are going to look like. So we did this all last week, but you can drag that in and then apply different materials to it. Well, in this week, I want to talk about how to create a material based on a custom image that you bring in. So based on a texture image rather than one of the built-in materials. So specifically in this case, I've created a folder called example materials, and maybe putting it in the starter content isn't the best way to stay organized. For this example, it's going to be okay. And so if you remember last week, what we did is we right-clicked in here and we went down and we added a new material. So and in that case, I can't remember what we called it. In this case, we're going to call it something like shiny tile. So we're just going to import a tile material from an external source. So there's a lot of different places you can download textures. So in this case, I've downloaded this one from Polygon.com.
Nope.
So in this case, I've downloaded this one from Polygon.com.
Oh.
There's a lot of different places you can go to get these. This is from the free section. It's just a rectangular mirror tile texture, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to import that. So to start off, when we import that, well, first of all, let's apply this to our preview object, so to our actor. So you can see how this is that new material that I created. If you look at it, basically it comes in as kind of this placeholder material, so it just looks like the checkerboard. And if we were to edit that, so if we were to go over to the materials section in our details and double click, that's going to pop up your material editor.
Okay.
You're going to notice that right now there's nothing in here for any of the base color or the metallic or the specular or any of the things that we talked about before. It's basically a blank slate. And so what we want to do in this case is we actually want to apply an image to this in order to create a material. So the way that we're going to have to do that is we're going to start off and we're just going to add an image into our example materials folder. Sometimes you may want to create another folder for this, but in this case I think it'll be okay. And in this case I'm just going to drag in the texture material that I have for this tile. So in this case this is just the color map.
I'm just going to drop this and see what happens.
Drag this over. And so when I click and drag this over, this brings this in as a texture. So it recognizes it as an image and it recognizes it as a texture. And so now there's a couple different things we could do with this. You could just drag this.
So let's put this under Unreal Engine. And we'll just create a new folder, images. So I learned sometimes I just monkey around, but okay. Now can we import it? And let's import it into textures. Unreal images. Let's see what it does. Okay. Give it a second. That's why I really. Whoa. It is funky. That gives me an idea now. But it's not going to do the legs. I may have to do this in UV. In Blender. Because I don't know if they have a new wrapping. Let me look. Let's try UV wrapping Unreal Engine. Because if I can, because I've got, I can create the image in GIMP for the texture, and then if I can UV Unreal Engine material, I think I'm gonna have to do the UV in Blender. But then I gotta export it. Okay. If I did a solid color on the spider, but that's not what I want to do. I get a solid color I like. I'm thinking I may have to do this in he's kind of cool looking. Let's see. Let's play around with this for a minute. Okay. Let's do this. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's see. Forest color texture. There we go. Ooh. Kind of like that. I'm just playing around, create my own. I just want to see what this would look like. Let's see, green. I will just call it forest. Alright, import forest, open. That is interesting. I'm not sure I like it, but Yeah, because the eyes won't be black. Okay. So we're going to do this in Blender. But I've got a better understanding of textures now, and I mean, there's a lot to learn, but I'd rather UV map this. Blender. Of course, now I gotta go in and okay, UV editing, and I'll have to define yeah. Because I want to, because I gotta go in and, okay. Well, I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and it's probably going to be boring, but I will record it because I've got the first, the actual spider build recorded, and I'll record this one and I'll kind of put together as a full video and put it up. So, because once I get into design, I'm not going to be good at looking at the screen because I kind of get involved in what I'm doing. And I've noticed as I was just doing this a little bit, I kept looking back to the screen because I don't want to ignore anybody. So you all have an awesome day. Create something awesome. And I will talk to you later.